All right. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Thursday night team huddle. We're doing this Zoom style tonight because my awesome co-host here, Samantha Cox, has a presentation for us. And I'm so excited to talk about the creating duplication topic because let's face it, we're all learning and growing in different ways as promoters, right? And when we are getting that person that's ready to join our team, we're so excited, but then sometimes we're like, oh, what do I do now? Like even no matter how long you've been a promoter, whether you're seasoned here or you're brand new, even like it's like it can be overwhelming. While we have amazing systems in place already within the Thriving Sisters tribe, I stumbled across a YouTube on Courtney Glazer's YouTube, and it was with Kelly Thomas and Allie Waldridge. So I definitely want to give them the credit for, creating this and inspiring me and Samantha to share it with you guys as a team because sometimes you just hear the same thing over and over again, but then like you hear it one different way or somebody says something and you're like, oh my gosh, that totally makes sense. That's how it was for me. And I know we do a lot of overthinking. Like, we try not to reinvent the wheel, but no matter how hard we try, we seem like we're always trying to do something new and better. So we're going to talk about the importance of duplication. Sam's going to go ahead and start sharing the screen so you guys can see these slides. I encourage you to take notes, ask questions in the chat throughout this. We can try to answer as we go. But to me, this just really spoke volumes of how we can start implementing this into our businesses. These ladies are already doing this, but it's something that I would love to see us start doing or being better at. So our kind of overview of what you're going to see here tonight is going to be the importance of promoter packs, VIPs and onboarding strategies, effective team communication, and team page etiquette. So we're going to kick off with the importance of promoter packs. And I want to know how many of you it's a struggle to get somebody to come on as a promoter pack. Because I've always just like, let's get you the 3 steps. Like, let's start with the minimum that we can, because we know people are financially strapped right now. And to have that conversation of a $400 pack can be very intimidating. But this is why the $400 pack is king. Because when you start your new person on a $400 pack, they don't know anything different, right? So when they start talking to people and when they start building teams and getting people that want to promote with them, what do you think they're going to duplicate? A $400 pack. And this sets them up for success quickly. Why? Because one, they're going to have product on hand, not only for themselves, but they're going to have product to sample. They might even be able to share, with their spouse. They're getting those promo codes. You get those 10, 20% off promo codes, which is huge. So you're already setting them up for success to have product on hand and to be able to offer any sort of discount when they are talking to their potentials. This is also a huge way that we get paid. A bulk of our commissions is coming from those promoter packs, and we want our team to make money. And this is an amazing way to help them maximize the compensation plan. They're getting, if they're at $400 pack, they've got the volume for their VIP 400 already. They just need a customer and they need a promoter order and they're done. They've sealed VIP 400. So they're getting that investment back right away when they're placing that by earning that VIP. It helps with PPA maintenance. It helps qualify for trips. It helps to build for bonuses and overrides. And when you're really trying to make that jump between the next rank, because we all know from 4K to 12K, that's huge. And then there's 12K to 40K, 40 to 80. Like those big jumps are huge. So the best way to get bulk volume is to start people on this $400 pack. And then, going back to the promo codes, they have that as leverage, right? And not only are they going to get credits from earning their VIPs, they encourage people to use their credits for plus line products only, or for leverage, like to cover for free shipping. And they're really utilizing those promo codes, because we all know they expire, to transfer to their newest person. And then that again just duplicates down, because when that first person needs to get their new promoter in, they're gonna start them on a $400 pack, and guess what? They've already got $800 in volume, which sets them up for the next VIP 800. So if you really look at this in the grand scheme of things, and I'll tell you guys, I'm not great at math, I never have been, but if you start somebody on a $400 pack versus $100 in QV, that person has to work so much harder to get to the VIP 400 or 800 with a $100 order. When they just knock it out with the 400, they're there. So I think it's really important to really place the value of the $400 pack, to say, hey, I know that this might seem like a lot, but if you're truly ready to hit the ground running and you want to be successful here, this is the best way to go. You're going to get to your VIPs quicker. You're going to get a return on your investment right away. And it's not going to have to take as many people to get you to that next step. Sam, do you have anything to add to that?
Yeah, just that when we're starting people on a $400 pack, to us maybe it seems like a lot of money, but when you're starting a business, it's really not a lot of money. I've owned a hair salon, I've operated a business that was brick and mortar. I know Tammy has too, and I'm sure there's other people who know that owning a business is expensive, and $400 is really not a lot of money, because not only are you starting your business, but you're having product for yourself and for others. So it's really important. I know it's a catch-22, right? Because it's a free business, and we really work on sharing that it's free to be a promoter, which it is, but we also need to make sure we're stressing, yes, it's free to promote. However, if you seriously want to run a business, you need to invest in yourself to get yourself started. You have to. You can't, you can start completely for free, and you can do this without having products. You can. It is an opportunity and it is an option here. But for the person who wants to run, they need to really think about investing in their business. So, okay, you ready for the next one?
Yep, let's do it. Love it. Okay, so here is how we're breaking down the promoter pack math. And like I said, this isn't my forte, so I'm super appreciative that somebody took the time to break this down. So this is going to be a promoter A and a promoter B. So promoter A does not come in on a pack, doesn't understand the value, so therefore they're not going to offer that to anybody else that joins them. So a VIP 400, at somebody coming in on $100 order, they would need 1 to 10 customers to get to VIP 400. For VIP 800, and that's one promoter on VIP 400. On VIP 200, they need 2 promoters, and that's going to take them somewhere around 1 to 20 customers to get their volume. And then it duplicates to 1600, where you need 4 promoters, where you're going to need 1 to 40 customers to get that volume that you need if you're coming in at $100 QV. So when you switch it over to promoter B, who does come in on a $400 pack, that first $400 QV, they've got any customer, they're there. For VIP 800, 2 promoters coming in at 400 QV each, and then any 2 customer orders, they're there. VIP 1600, all 4 promoters coming in on 400 QV each, then any 4 customer order, they're there. Can you see how much simpler it is and how much less work is involved for not only for you, but for them when we're coming in on that $400 pack? So imagine the impact that's going to be duplicated down to your team when you're trying to hit those ranks 4K, 12K, 80K. This is a huge, huge bulk of your work being done on one VIP pack. So this was so eye-opening to me because I'm guilty. I am that person that's like, yeah, can you do 150? Can you do 100? I'll help you get started. Come on in. But to see this down, that it's going to take me 10 customers to get to a VIP, like that's insane. So it's all about working smarter and not harder. And, obviously the word here tonight is duplication, that if you're doing this and you're teaching this, those people don't know any different, but to teach that to their people too. So this is all about duplicating this down to your downline.
I couldn't get it to unmute. My
Okay.
mouse was like disappearing. Yeah, all of this I really love. Like promoter A is basically, I feel like me and my whole entire downline, because this is the way that I'm guilty of running my business. Like I know that I've helped many people just start. All you have to do is spend $100 and you're qualified. But then now they know that the next person only has to spend $100 and they're qualified. But if they purchased that, $400 pack themselves, they're going to duplicate that. They're going to get their friends to join them in this business, and they're going to be able to help them understand the value of the $400 pack. Yes, it's $400. They're also getting $200 worth of promo codes. They're also getting 2 months of Thrive. So if we, and myself included, and that's why Courtney and I both were like, wow, this is so good. Like we need to get more comfortable with the verbiage and have more confidence when we are having new promoters join us and sharing with them, hey, you really need to consider purchasing this $400 promoter pack because it's going to help you reach your goals faster. And then they're going to be able to do that. And then they're going to be able to do that. And just like at the bottom, it says, imagine when this is duplicated. You guys, how many people on your team? Wouldn't it be awesome if everybody started with $400 in volume? Hello. And like it says for promoter B, any customer. So you can have someone come in on sleep gummies and it counts for their VIP. So easy. And for promoter A, where it says 1 to 100 customers, that's because you can get one promoter started with 100 QV, and then you can start 10 customers on gummies. And it could take that many people to add up. But why? When you can just get one promoter and one customer. It's so much simpler. It's a lot less work. It's a lot less follow-up. It's so much better to just go for it. And we just have to get that confidence is really what I think we need to do. So, okay, we're going to the next one. Back to you, Courtney.
All right. So VIP and onboarding. So we know that coming in, like this is where they are the most vulnerable and where they're really going to be listening and learning and like taking what we say to heart. So the focus is to just teach them VIP 400. Let's not overcomplicate it. Let's not talk about, oh, you know what? You can get VIP 400. And then if you get VIP 1600, and then you're going to get a rank advancement bonus. And then. And they're like, whoa, what? Like let's back it down, teach 400 and make sure that they understand what it is and how to hit it. Obviously, we're sharing with them our resources that are available to them. Thriving Sisters Tribe, we have the chat bot. If you're not utilizing that with your new people, you are really missing out on an opportunity for them to learn some incredible things and have some amazing resources. We have the team page, right? There's guides in there. And there is a schedule that of every Zoom, every call, anything that they would need to know is going to be in that team page. And then if you have a customer page, which we do, you want to get them into that as well. So not being so overwhelming at first to just say, hey, we're going to focus on getting you your first bonus, and that's VIP 400. I'm going to throw you into our chatbot that's going to help you get through your first 14 days. You're going to have resources in our team page and our customer page as well. We have tons of trainings available to you. You don't have to attend every one, but if there's something that you want to learn or there's something that you want to know more about, I can plug you into the team page. Leave it at that. Let them marinate with that for a little while and, just take it day by day. The one thing that Kelly said, she was like, I don't even talk to them about how to create a customer account. I don't even talk to them about really their cloud office. She was like, just let me know when you have your first customer. Like, you just let me know. And then we will work on that. Then we will help you get that account set up. We'll help you understand where you can find that in your cloud office. Like, you're leaving the ball in their court to have that communication with you, and to connect with their upline. Don't overcomplicate it, say less. And I know this is something I'm very guilty of. Just because you learn a certain way or want a certain amount of information doesn't mean the masses do. You don't need to teach someone how to lead like a 12K on day one. Like, I know we all have different personalities here, and like we all have different ways of learning. And the way that Sam learns something might be totally different than the way that I learn something. So just say less. Like, less is more. You want to leave that communication line open for them to ask questions. You don't want to be the one that's just talking, and telling them all of the stuff. Just back it down and just take it the one day at a time, the one VIP at a time, the one customer account at a time. And then this one is so true, is think about the wasted teaching of things that people never end up needing to know, AKA because they quit before they start. How many conversations have you had where you're like, oh my God, we get to go on 3 trips a year, we get to do this auto bonus and like, oh, and then like in 30 days, they're gone. They didn't even try. So that's taking time out of your day to explain something to them that they're probably never even going to get to. And you'll be able to kind of judge that conversation by the person that you're, trying to help, because you're going to know if somebody is ready or not, or if they're truly seriously invested into, making a full-blown business out of this. And the one other thing that, I don't know if it was Allie or Kelly that mentioned that, if you have somebody that's coming into the business and they're like, asking all the questions and they're doing all of the things, they might already have network marketing experience. And those conversations can be different, with that person, because they already know what it's like. They might not understand the Lavelle side because nobody operates like Lavelle, but to that person who's never had a day of network marketing experience in their life, like, this is where it's important to just take it slow, say less. We want them to be excited, but we also don't want to overwhelm them at the same time.
Yeah, so I want to also go back to you guys. This is the duplication technique, right? So if we're doing all of this stuff with each person, then they're going to trickle it down. So, as far as number one, teaching the VIP and not overcomplicating it, the great thing is the chatbot is created to give them all the information a little bit at a time every single day. So you don't even have to. So you can take that stress off of like, well, what if I forget to tell them this? Or what if I forget to tell them that? If they're participating in the training chatbot, they will get every single bit of training that they could possibly need. Just like how Courtney said, I'm not going to show them how to enroll a customer until they've got the customer. Well, they're going to learn how to do it in the chatbot. So I don't even have I don't have to train them unless, of course, they click the button day one, they got their first customer, and then like, okay, let's go. Let me teach you how to do it. But all that stuff that they need to know, they're going to get to know. So you are just going to duplicate that over and over. You're going to put them through the chat bot, and they're going to put their team through the chat bot, and nobody has to be an expert here. And so you just want to make sure you're duplicating, of course. Small but mighty. Come here. Sorry.
Don't be sorry.
As
Dogs
far
are welcome on my Zooms.
tell them, Ellie. Someone's at the door. Okay, but you want to make sure that they get all of the information up front. They're in the team page, they're in the chat bot, and they understand VIP 400. And something they mentioned too is, yes, you know what it is and you can explain it, but have them explain it back to you. Have them explain to you what VIP 400 is, because if they can explain it, then they understand it. And I love how they say the ball is in your court. Like, we're not their boss, right? They are starting this business because they want to have a business, but you have to tell them that. So you can't just ghost them and just assume that they know that they can get a hold of you. You have to tell them, hey, let me know when you have your first customer and I'll help you put it in. Get with me every single day. The ball is in your court, but come to me every single day, because that's how I know you're ready to work. Because I'm not going to bombard you and I'm not going to drag you along. Like, if you want to be here, like, you come to me, you connect with me, and that's how I know, but sometimes you have to verbally say that, because I cannot even tell you how many times somebody has said to me, I just don't want to bother you. Sorry, I know you're busy. Like, do not apologize. Please come to my inbox. Like, please, but you have to set it up by telling them, hey, I'm not going to knock down your door with this, but the ball's in your court. As much as you want to talk to me, I want to talk to you. So I loved that part also. And yeah, I think you nailed the rest of it for sure. So we're going to go on to the next page. Can we just say I love my little
Yes, it's the best presentation ever. So effective team communication. So I know that, like we've talked about, we can plug them into the team page. Like, they obviously have an upline chat, right? Like, there's ways that we can communicate with them. So we're going to talk about how to disseminate information, cultivate community, and be authentic. So when you want to disseminate information, it's showing them where to find the answer versus giving them the answer. Pin things in the chat, in their upline chat, which I will be honest with you, I didn't even realize that that was a thing until recently. Utilizing your media files. So if you are in a chat on Messenger, you can probably pull it up on your phone right now and I can tell you where to go. So I can go into my upline chat with Tammy and Samantha. And if I click at the very top of it, it brings over, oh, you can't see it because I've got my blurry thing on, but you'll click at the top of your chat name. And then it like brings you to kind of like the settings version of the chat. And if you scroll down to more actions, it says view media, files, and links. So anything that you have sent to that chat, it's there. What, a link, a picture, whatever it is, it's there. So if there's something that you're like, I know I've sent this to them before, maybe they want that VIP 800 graphic again to see what they need, it's going to be in that chat. And then right underneath that, it says pinned messages. So you can pin something like, I don't know if there's something you're like, hey, you're going to need to hang on to this for like your first week. I'm going to pin this at the top and you can reference it whenever you need to. So that's just an extra tool to be able to show them where to find things, and utilize the things that are happening within that chat. And then also too, you can search, in Messenger, just in any message, the search bar at the top. If you want to search a certain topic, say VIP 400, and then it's going to bring up the chat of that VIP 400 conversation. So just, we don't want, as much as we do kind of need to hold their hand, in the beginning of this, eventually you don't want to, right? You want to let go. You don't want to have to be a babysitter because, like Sam said, we're not their boss. We don't want to be hovering over them. We want to set them up for success because if they know where to find things, they're going to tell their team where to find things. Like I know a lot of teams utilize boards. We've got the Thriving Sisters graphics chat. Like that is a reference. We would say, hey, for graphics that you want to use, go to Thriving Sisters Tribe chat graphics. Like you'll find graphics in there. So just setting them up to kind of lead on their own. Like we're going to get them started and kind of push them up, but then eventually they're going to spread their wings and kind of fly, as they're growing and building their team. So cultivating community. I think we do a phenomenal job of this around here. And that is really putting the emphasis that we are collaboration over competition. We do want to be selective in our verbiage and make sure that our vibe is always positive. Shout outs really lift people up and light a fire. Like who doesn't love to be celebrated? Who doesn't love getting that graphic made of them and saying, congratulations, you just got a new customer, or you sent out 5 samples in one day. That's amazing. Like, so your shout outs don't always have to be like customer or promoter related. Like it could be any win that you felt that deserves to be celebrated. So showing that we're supportive and making those shout outs just sends the message that, hey, like we're working, she's working. If you're on either one of these teams, like we're going with or without you. Like you can be a part of us and be a part of this momentum, or you're just going to kind of hang by the wayside. And who you are surrounding yourself matters, because if the people around you are having success, there's a pretty damn good chance that you're going to be having success too. That is something that I learned very early on. That is one of my biggest pivoting moments, I think, as of becoming a thriver, was realizing that the people that I was surrounding myself weren't going anywhere in life. And when I got around these amazing men and women, I was like, I want to be like that. Like I not that I want to live their life like by any means, but they're happy, they're successful, like, and everybody's definition of success is different, but it made me realize I want to be different. I want to be around different people. And then, just being authentic and talking to your team like you would be talking to your best friend. Let your guard down and show vulnerability. Um, you know, for me, this is easy. I don't have a problem with this, but I know it can be with other people. Because to me, like I want them to feel like they can come to me about anything. If they're struggling and they don't have that open line of communication and they don't feel that they can come to you about those things, then they're not going to. And then more than likely, they're going to just stop working. Like we want to create that environment for them to where, like, if you need to come to me and you're upset or frustrated about something, let's talk about it. If you are having the best day ever and you've like done all the things, let's talk about it. But it's okay to like let them have those moments of where like, hey, this week wasn't my best week, and they know that they're not going to be judged for that. Like they're not going to be criticized for that. Like, if they didn't get a coverall in their bingo, like you're not going to talk to them for the next 3 days. Like that's not what we do here. So just having that open line of communication, to just really make them feel like at home. Because if you do have somebody coming from another network marketing company, which I feel like a reason why a lot of those people leave is because of their community. They don't have those people where they feel like they can go to them, they can talk to them, they can have a conversation. Even if it's a difficult conversation, like, hey, you said something, it bothered me. Like, like you can have that honest and genuine heart to heart and resolve issues and move on. Because when you don't have that communication, people are just going to leave. So Super, super important.
I think my favorite thing on this slide is the disseminating information because wow, the amount of time that it's going to, if somebody, let's say your new promoter messages you and they're like, hey, I have a customer asking me what the ingredients are in the capsules. Instead of you taking the time to go and find it, you tell them where to find it. That's essentially what it means. Like, you don't, if you give everyone the answer, you're wasting your time because you should be able to know where it is, right? And when you're telling them, hey, I think or maybe it's not that, maybe it's, I was looking for the recording of the call from whatever it is. For the most part, hey, go to the team page and type it in the search bar and I bet it will pop up. Or hey, I think it's in the guide section on day 3. Or I think it's in the graphics group chat if you want to head over there and find it. It takes 2 seconds to say that, but it would take way longer for you to go type it in, go search it, go find the link, copy, paste, send. Like, you're not teaching them anything, but once they actually physically have to go find it and they do find it, then they'll remember how they found it and then they'll know how to find it, right? And maybe they'll click around and find some more stuff they didn't really know. But man, I used to take that responsibility on big time. And I would send every single answer, every single screenshot, every single thing. And it become when as your team grows, it becomes time consuming. And now I know, I think I've done a pretty good job of disseminating information over the last couple of years because I don't really get a lot of questions like that. So that makes me feel like my team is pretty confident in where information is. But if you can't find it, it's okay to ask, right? But I'm just going to tell you where to go find it. So,
Yeah.
okay, let's go to
And
the
just to
next.
add to that too, because if you think about, you might be starting with this brand new person, that's just you and them. But when their team starts growing and they don't know how to find something and their promoter says, oh, just go ask Sam, then you've got 20 people messaging Sam asking her where to find something versus just the one because she's set in stone where to find it, how to look for it, and then that gets duplicated down. Okay, team page etiquette. So this is a big one. I know, everybody wants to post everything in the team page. Like, I get it. So the team page should only be used for uplifting, encouraging, supporting, being positive, and absolutely zero negativity. Like, non-negotiable. There's no negativity, no drama within the team page. Can't stress that enough. Not that I feel like we have that. I'm just saying, your team is going to end up with their own team page probably at some point, and these are important things that they need to know. Shouting out for new enrollments, samples, income producing activities, utilizing this page to disseminate information, utilizing your resources and the featured posts / media. Ask general questions, that is okay. But please go to your sponsor with like one-on-one questions. Like, I know there are times where somebody's like, hey, I've got a customer who is dealing with XYZ. I would love to put them in a group chat with somebody that has XYZ. Like, that would be a question you could ask in the team page. You get who your person is, put them in the chat, go on. But if you're trying to, like, hey, when did the VIP bonus end? Like, that's not something you want to post in the team page. You want to go to your upline chat and like, hey, I can't find this, but do you know when this ended? Or, is that promo still going on? Like, again, being able to direct them where to find things, but make sure you're also utilizing your upline as well. And the other thing they put, was to please keep prayer requests outside of the page. Not that I think that that's a terrible thing by any means, but that's really just not the place to put those types of requests. That's where you can go to your upline chat and just like, hey, I'm going through this. My family's going through this. Then we can talk, amongst the rest of the team privately to just say, hey, so-and-so's got this going on. If we could, as a team, lift them up, but we don't want to put everybody's business personal business, out within the team page for everybody to see, because it's just not, you just didn't do it. But I love that there's so much interaction within our team page. We've got the huddles that are happening every day. Like we're doing, um, like there's always information in there about what promo or a training, or if somebody listened to a podcast that they loved or that they shared. Like I love those types of things. And we get continuous posts of shout outs because people are freaking working. And I love that they're hitting their goals. And I can't encourage you guys enough to, make the comments on those posts, because even if it's somebody that you don't really know all that well, or you've never met them in person, they're still on this team. Like you can still support them. So, because that's going to, come back into your favor when you need that support, they're going to be there to lift you up and congratulate you on, your wins and such. So just kind of a, overview of, making sure that you keep your team page, business and positivity only. And as your teams grow and they make their own team pages, which disclaimer, you have to have a 200K in your group to have that. But I know that there are several of us who used to have our own individual pages, and then we combined everything into Thriving Sisters. So if you can encourage your teams to not make their own and to just be a part of Thriving Sisters, that is what we want. Like I have a messenger chat with just my level ones that I talk to outside of the page, but really want to focus on growing and building that team page and just keeping it that encouraging and positive vibe in there.
Yeah, I think for the most part, not for the most part, for 100% of the part, the vibe in our team page is amazing. Like I
Yes.
really love going to it. I know every single time, like when you open up my Facebook app, I specifically go to Thriving Sisters group just to see what's going on in there because it's a very active group and there's a lot of stuff happening in there all the time. So I think that our shout outs are amazing. I do think we should maybe try and comment on them a little bit more, because it is important that, yeah, the person's getting a shout out, but we should be really better at, and I'm myself included, you guys, I'm not calling anyone out except myself, but better at hyping them up and celebrating them a little bit more. But the whole goal of this training that we're doing today is duplication. So we want to set up the team page etiquette so that when our new promoter joins and they get put into that group, they're seeing the shout outs, they're seeing the comments, they're going to feel comfortable posting in there. I would love to encourage any and everyone who's watching this, whether it's the replay or live, like when you figure something out or you have a really successful post or you get a new customer that it wasn't easy to get and maybe you worked really hard to get her and you jumped through a bunch of hoops to figure out how to finally get them started or whatever, anything that you're proud of, share it in the team page. Like if you got a sample out or if you do anything that could help someone else in this business if they tried what you did, share it, because I know I'm always wondering, like, dang, how is their PPA so high? If you take the time after you get a new person to go into the team page and say, hey guys, yes, I got a new customer, but listen to what happened. This is how I got her. That is going to make everyone else on the team relate to you, but also realize, okay, number one, these people aren't just getting customers falling out of the sky. And it does take work, it does take work, it does take communication, it does take follow-up. So the more we can prove that like we're all human and we're all putting in the work, when you can share how you got a customer, that is so helpful. I can't even tell you how many times somebody who has got a new customer, I'm like, ooh, tell me what you did to do that. And then they tell me, and then I go try that idea. But most of the time, it's in a private chat. And I feel like we could be more transparent, right? Like we're all on this same team. I want everyone here to win. And I know you guys feel the same way about each other. Like we want everyone to win. So as much as I love the shout outs, I think they're amazing. I think we should do more of sharing what we're doing to get those customers, sharing what we're doing to get those rank advancement bonuses. Did you use your waiting room, right? Like things that are like maybe a little more complicated than just the person who's brand new, but it needs to be shared. I think that's a good place to put that stuff. And then there's going to be comments and people can communicate. You can read all about it. You can, ask questions. And I just think I love how our team etiquette is. We probably didn't really even need this slide because we're
Mm.
really, really good at it. But I just like how it all falls into duplication. Like as long as we're continuing to duplicate and post and use the team page and tag people in the information where they can find it and using the guides and using all the things over and over again, it's going to be so much easier for a new person to just join and have somewhere to go. So, all right, Courtney, I'm going to pass it back to you so you can wrap this up. You did phenomenal on this, by the way.
Oh,
So,
thanks. And then I'm adding one more thing to the this etiquette part because this also should carry over into your customer page. I mean, our Vibin' and Thrivin' customer page is amazing. Tammy, Samantha, they really do a great job at, assigning people to make the posts to get some interactions, but, keep that same vibe in your customer post because a lot of the customer page, because a lot of those people in that customer page, they're not customers yet. They've just been added by somebody and they're just watching and they're just waiting for whatever it is that post that's going to be that day that's going to make them say yes. So really interact in that customer page too. And again, I like Samantha and I've said, we're speaking from ourselves too. We're no saints by any means. We're all have room for improvement, but just really building that conversations and chiming in and offering input in that customer page as well. So I want to know, like, what was your biggest takeaway from what you heard here tonight? And what do you intend to like start implementing into your business that's going to create that duplication for you? You can drop it in the chat if you want to unmute. You can unmute too. I see Tammy's already unmuted.
Yeah, because so this is so appropriate. And Samantha, this is for you and Lindsay. Like because we're kind of retooling the Saturday opportunity Zoom. And I think it's like we kind of took out the part about the $400 packs, but I'm wondering now, we don't have to really go over them necessarily in that Zoom, but maybe we talk less about how we do our business for free. Because we set it up, we say it's free, we say it is free and it can be done for free. But I mean, the point was made here tonight and it's very pertinent. You've got to invest in your business. So I feel like our Saturday opportunity Zoom is going to change. So thanks for this.
Love it. I that was a big eye opener for me. Like, again, seeing that it's going to take 10 customers or and a promoter to get here versus one $400 pack and one customer you're there, like that, I guess I just needed to visually see that to like for it to sink in. But that's huge because I know that we all have goals here, right? Like we all are running for that rank or I mean, you might not be running for a rank, but if you are, like, that's how you're going to get there. So I just thought this was so good. And like as I was sitting there listening to these girls speak, I mean, I couldn't start like writing fast enough because like it was just so good. And again, it was stuff that I already felt like I should know, or that maybe I already did know, but I just heard it in that different way that I was like, okay, we got to share this. Like if we who have been here for 8.5, 9 years feel this way, other people may be feeling this way too. So
Yeah, I'm like you, Courtney. I'm not a math person, but that's I'm sitting here looking at that slide thinking, dang. And you're right. If we say, oh, I am so guilty of this, it's $160. Let's just get you, so that whole mindset shift that's really great information. Thank you, ladies. You did a great job.
thank you.
I know I personally will be focusing more on getting people started on that $400 pack because I just know how important it is. And it does, even if you get someone to purchase the $200 pack as a promoter, now still have to get a customer to spend $200. So, which it can be done, but it's making it so much harder than it has to be. If you're a brand new person starting this business, and us as leaders are giving them the confidence of what this could do for them, and they're excited and they're getting started, and they purchase that $400 pack, then when they're in their VIP and they get that first promoter, they're going to take our excitement and they're going to take our confidence, and it's going to be so much easier for them. So even though all of us are not in our VIP period, we need to pretend that we are. Every single month, we need to be in that VIP mindset of 2 new customers, 2 new promoters. And when we get those 2 promoters, we need to pretend like we're in our VIP period and we're going to get paid for it, because eventually something big's going to happen from all of this, right? Like, and we still do get paid from it. But if we get in that mindset of we need 2 promoters this month, let's go get them with the intention of, I need to practice selling a $400 pack.
Yeah.
Like, go get them with the intention of, I'm going to find 2 people this month who want to start a business, and we're going to talk to them like they're starting a business. We're going to help them get their business started with the $400 promoter pack. And us getting out of our comfort zone and working towards re-hitting our VIP period is going to inspire everyone else to kind of do the same. And then imagine getting $400 in volume and getting the payout from a $400 pack, instead of getting a $100 promoter who you gave $50 in credits and you're not even really going to get paid for it, So that's
I love that. I want to kind of feed off of you real quick, and then we'll wrap this up because I know we've kept you guys for quite some time. Is that for those of us who have earned like a rank advancement bonus, or you have to meet certain qualifications to maintain that, like the $400 PPA QV is the minimum, like that's the requirement. So if you're already in that focus of VIPs and $400 packs, then each month that's going to be how you can maintain that. And there was something else that I was going to say, but it totally left my mind. But it was like Samantha was talking and she said it, and I was like, oh, but it totally has left me. So yeah, it'll come back, and I'll just have to share it in the recording or something, well, the chat comments of the recording. But Sam, you're amazing. Thank you for creating these slides. You guys, she put work into creating that for us. So thankful. And again, shout out to Kelly Thomas and Allie Waldridge if they ever see this, or if there's anybody on their team that ever sees this. Like, you guys were an inspiration to us, and why we felt that we needed to share this and duplicate that down to our teams as well. So you guys are amazing. Thank you. I hope you go sell the crap out of $400 packs, and let's grow. Okay. Bye, y'all.